Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and also like the video if you did find it helpful. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to show you how you can grow and transplant balsam tom thumb. Okay, so this is balsam tom thumb. Okay, and it's supposed to be a double flowered. Again, as you can see, these guys are already about 1.5 weeks old. Okay, I think I just got a little bit delayed to actually transplant them. Okay, as you can see, they're already, these are the fake leaves. I like to call it fake, or the first leaves. Okay, not exactly the original leaves. Okay, but these guys that you can see are coming out from the top. These are gonna be the original leaves. Okay, and the thing is, sometimes, as you already must know if you're a gardener, then you'll know that sometimes plants can go through root rot, right, if you excessively water them. Okay, if there is excessive water, but I did not excessively water them. Okay, and sometimes these guys, especially these guys, okay, balsam tom thumb goes from a different thing which I like to call as the stem rot. Okay, and it can also, I've seen this happen, like even in my last transplanting and growing these plants, they kind of like die if you are going to transplant them when they are almost this big. Okay, this big, and almost when they're like 5 to 6 inches tall and has a lot of leaves. More or less they are like becoming adults. Okay, and in that stage, if you try and repot it again, they are going to die. Okay, most likely they will die. Okay, so, and many of them, when I first transplanted them, okay, they also kind of like have a habit of going through this stem rot. Okay, even when they were like the first time transplanted, okay, onto a bed. Okay, then later I thought that, okay, this bed is becoming too overcrowded, so I should shift a few into different parts. And when I tried to do that, they were like 5 and 6 inches tall, and most of them suffered a shock and they died. Okay, that I can understand, that they kind of like cannot like resist a shock. There are birds around me on my window. Okay, anyway, so, but sometimes I'm seeing even the seedlings can go through a stem rot. Okay, and I'm not really sure what could be the cause of it, but because it doesn't really look like it has any kind of pest. And I've seen the exact same thing happen when they were like on their first bed. Okay, many of the adult plants, they kind of just died and their stems kind of rotted. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time, where I'm going to plant them, it's going to be our final planting, and I kind of have like quite a few over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there is a 9th one which doesn't exactly look very healthy. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna consider that there are 8, so I'm gonna transplant 8 of them. Okay, and there's a tiny little one over here. Okay, I can also use that one. I'll just consider 8 adult plants, and I am not sure how many of them are going to survive and survive the stem rot when transplanted this time. And I'm going to show you the soil mix in this video. Okay, and if you want to enjoy the Hindi version of this video, then you can type the same title, okay, on the search bar of my channel, and just type Hindi, and I'll show you the soil preparation. Okay, and then I'll show you 1 or 2 of the transplanting. Okay, so for transplanting, I'm going to be choosing 1. These guys grow really big. Okay, so I am not sure how many are going to survive out of the 8 plants, but they grow really big, and so I'm going to take a 6-inch pot, and I'm going to plant only 1 plant in each pot. Okay, they grow really big, really strong stem. Okay, so these guys. So I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be preparing the soil mix, and I'm actually making a little bit of changes. Okay, so this is plain simple, good quality garden soil. Okay, all right. This is just good quality garden soil. Okay, well sieved out, but this was kept in the sun. Okay, so it has become a little crumbly, right? So you can see there is no stain because I already sieved them the first time that I kind of planted something in this, and then they kind of like, this season was kind of like over, so they kind of died out, and this has been lying in the sun, and I just bought this inside. Okay, there are 1 or 2 stones over here, so we'll just separate those. But so I'm gonna be just really hand sieving the soil first. Okay, what I'm going to be doing this time around is that I'm going to be putting in, I'm not sure if the stem rot happens due to excessive of mulch or cocoa peat. Okay, so this time I'm going to be giving in less amount of cocoa peat, more vermicompost, and more of this garden soil. Okay, so the stems can hold really well, but the temperature and the weather this year is like completely all up in bounds and crazy, and we're not even having a proper winter this year. So that is kind of like a problem. So I'm not sure if they're going to suffer some kind of a, these are not really drought tolerant plants. These are not your corn. Oh, and speaking of corn, if you like and want to grow corns or baby corns, you know, then please do check out that video. It should be already uploaded in the channel. Okay, and so actually just gonna be sieving it up a little bit. Also, the Hindi version of this video should be up on the side as well. Okay, and so you can check that out too. Just type in how to grow tom-tom, balsam tom-tom, and you can just type in Hindi, Hindi, and you should land on that video if you are already not seeing any suggestion while this video is playing. Okay. So this side is more or less really smoothened out now. Okay, to this, let me see. Let me just show you how I'm going to be preparing my pot. Again, these are those pots with like too many holes in them. So I'm going to be chopping a little bit of this. As you can see, this is synthetic sack in which my local seller delivered vermicompost to me. Okay, just gonna be putting this in. Okay, and then I'm gonna be putting in some of these stones that I just separated. Okay, so that, and it also has a little bit of cocoa peat in this, so I'm just gonna put that in. Okay, that's it. I'll need a little bit of cocoa peat. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more of cocoa peat. This is going to help the roots stay good, and I've seen something, these guys don't really suffer from root rot as much as they suffer from stem rot, which is very unique for balsam tom-tom. Okay, so that, and now I'm gonna be preparing the soil mix. So for one pot, I'm gonna be taking in this much of cocoa peat, okay? And like I said, it's gonna be a little less than the amount of garden soil that we are going to take, okay? We're just gonna take plenty of garden soil. Then we can adjust the proportions as and when we go. Alright, and there is something more that I'm going to add because these guys grow like really fast. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of nitrogen boost for these guys, okay? So this is NPK, and it's just going to be just sprinkle, not too much, okay? Because I can always like add this anytime that I want, right? So and I'm going to be adding a little bit of vermicompost. Vermicompost, since the roots has already come out, the vermicompost is going to help the roots to get a lot of nutrition. It's going to be like a nutrition burst, okay, and will help the plants grow fast and become stronger so that they don't suffer from stem rot, okay. So just going to be mixing it up real nicely, okay. I will be using liquid fertilizer for this, but not really right away, okay. This is really good now. Okay, this is soft, smooth. It's a little wet, okay, just a little bit wet, okay. You don't need to add any kind of water to it, okay. I'm just gonna be filling this in. Okay, so this much I'm going to keep, okay. Now I'm going to be selecting one plant and putting that guy into this pot. Okay, I'm just going to take the bigger one. Okay, I'll show you guys, alright. So I'm taking this bigger plant, okay. Okay, it kind of like has a lot of roots, okay. A lot of roots. I'm not sure how many are going to survive, okay, because this has just grown a little bit too big and should have been transplanted a little while back, okay, like at least 2 days back it should have been transplanted. Even 2 days matters a lot when you're talking about transplanting, okay. Sowing is easy, germination is also pretty easy. I mean, you don't need to always follow some, like difficult pathways, but keeping these guys alive is a little bit of a problem. Okay, so this is done. I'm gonna be sprinkling some water, okay, and I'm gonna be keeping it in the sun, and like semi-shade, not really fully in the sun, but it should get enough of sunlight, okay. These guys also love the sunlight, okay, so these are prone to shock. These also suffer from stem rot. Okay, the flowers are literally beautiful, okay, and the seller kind of told me that this is going to have double petaled flowers, okay, not just a single one. So they are also prone to like diseases, pests, bugs, and they also love the sun. So you have to be keeping a very good watch. I mean, these are like critical plants. They like have to be kept under constant watch. Okay, so that the top cell does not get dried, the bottom cell does not have too much of water, the pests are controlled, there is no stem rot and stuff like that. Okay, so that's pretty much it, and I will be making a Hindi version of this video if you did find the video helpful, and I will also post an update how I am going to be liquid fertilizing it and also spraying this. Okay, and we will see if this one survives. I have like 8 plants that I'm going to plant today, and I'll plant all of them, and I will post an update as to how these guys are keeping up. Okay, so and do subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and hit the notification bell icon, and do hit a like to this video. Okay, and if you want to hear the video in Hindi, then do search the Hindi one if it's already uploaded. Okay, thank you, and do come back and check out my other videos. Okay.